Hello, hello. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we're gonna start. I guess I should take out my browser window here. Give me a second here. Sometime this week. Thinking. Alright, so after Mondo complaining last time, welcome to the stream. After Mondo complaining last time, I was able to get everything updated and tweaked and ready and blah blah blah. Okay. I'm gonna watch stuff stream by very quickly. It's over here. Right, and we're gonna say yes. This is gonna work really well, theoretically. I don't know what it's gonna do here. Oh, so it's creating stuff. Okay. I don't know what it's gonna do. I did know what it's gonna do, but my brain's not in gear here. Okay, so welcome to the stream. And right now what we're doing is we're firing up a Kubernetes cluster. It's a tiny cluster. This one's a one node cluster. We'll start something on it once it gets created. So right now we're watching Terraform do its thing. It's creating, and it's created something. Woohoo! Yay! Alright, so I'm gonna just pull back up my browser window here for a second, and we'll put the IP address in here. Oops. Help if I put it in the right IP address. Now this won't work, partly because there ain't nothing there, but more importantly because oh wait, what's this going on? I always love it when stuff pops up. I guess that's alright. We need more screen space. Alright, so as we sit here and we'll watch nothing, that won't be really that interesting, and this is just going to spin. So let's put this window in the background for a second. Let's just say SSH in here. So this is it. So we're going to try to connect. And connecting is going to work. Yay! Alright, connect in. Now, unless you're watching this live, which I don't see any viewers right now, but you won't be actually able to connect to this because after when we go to end the stream, everything will be vaporized, right? But still, it's interesting. All right, so I want to do something here. So what I want to do, I want to kubectl get nodes. That should come back with nothing. Get pods. Now, that's actually not going to do anything because there's nothing happening. So what we can do is we can see Kubernetes being installed in var log cloud log. So we can see where we are. That's kind of cool. So looking at the logs here, you can see the instance number, or the instance identifier, I guess, not the instance number. So, so if I was more enterprising, or if I was going to leave this up for longer, I would redact that. Or I probably wouldn't show you this, but in this case, it's doing something. Blah, 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 blah. So basically tonight we're just trying to fire up. I've fired this up, occasionally here and there, but this is the first time in a long time I've actually fired up and gone on the stream to show how this actually works. So what we're waiting for is so that the terraform goes and it creates all the different pieces. So it creates actually, I think it's an S3 bucket, and then in coordination with the S3 bucket, it then creates some like an instance, and then the instance has a script that it actually goes and creates all of this stuff. It's really interesting. I think it's probably, yeah, there. Okay, so it's done the installation. That's the other one. That's output. I think that's this one that we should be watching. Yeah, there it goes. So it's what it's doing is in the background here that we're not seeing. It's actually going ahead and setting a whole bunch of stuff up. Right, so it's installing, it's enabling stuff. So there's Docker that it's doing right now, and now it's starting the Kubernetes. So somewhere here it'll puke out a bit so that we would be able to join with other worker nodes after the master node comes up, or I don't know, do they call it master node? The first node now. I know the other ones are called workers. Anyways, so we're waiting. Pre-flight is, we're getting ready. So now if we go, I can't scroll back in this window, but if we could theoretically scroll back, we could see where it fired this up originally. Yeah, so it's just kind of, this one stopped, but this one will keep going. So I don't think it's actually started. It's gonna take up to 4 minutes, so we can go get nodes again. Pods won't do anything either because we don't have any nodes, we don't have any pods. So there we go. Let's do another thing. Firing other stuff up. Now we should be able to get nodes, get pods. So I don't have any default namespace. So let's put something in the default namespace. And that would be, not this one. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm flipping between my local machine and the cloud. I guess I should have explained. Sorry, my brain is running at a mile a minute, but my mouse isn't. So this stuff here is the local side, right? And what I want to do is I want to sit there and have this work against the far side. So okay, I didn't even make notes. Look at that. All right, so the first thing we did was we created some output, and then this creates, get back over there. So let's do this. Let's do get nodes. There's still only one node. One of these things I'm gonna have to sit there and do this with another pod. Oh, look, my pod is starting. Right, so once my pod actually works, flip this back over, and this will do something now. This is something I need to add on. That's still also not going to work. Okay, so when it times out and goes to HTTPS, you know it's not working. Okay, so let's do another get pods. Still creating a container. Laggy. Not really. It takes a while. It takes a couple minutes to create. There are supposed to be other pods that are supposed to pop up in here. So Ooh, here, let's fire that up for a second. So it went to forbidden. So that's actually a neat. No, the reason it's forbidden is because the pod is now running. Okay. Now let's see. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna do kubectl exec dash dash tty dash dash standard in, and then I have to give it the name php8 585. Oops. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, my keypad wasn't on there. 585 75D 4F 9B dash MMWMP dash dash and dev bin bash. Alright, because it's partially denied because there's no files there. Alright, so this I can't highlight it, so I'm just going to read to you what it is. So my other kubectl commands, or kubectl, we're just talking about what's in the pod, what's in the node. This one specifically says give me a shell on the container. So it says exec dash tty, make it a tty executable, dash dash standard in, make sure that it has standard in. Then you give it the pod's name, right? So these pods name, they'll change very slightly on each execution. The dash dash says my command is finished, and then the bin bash is what I'm going to execute. So I do, I'm actually in var ww. I do else dash l, there's nothing here, right? And we just got a forbid. So we're going to do echo h3 next up PHP, and that's going to help. Oh, we do have it. Okay. Cat. All right, so that's there. Oh, interesting. I forgot. So let's do this. Let's go back and go overwrite. Take out people. Remember to backquote, or else you're going to be executing previous commands, which is why I have ls in there. That's part of the reason why. Alright, so in the actual thing, they probably don't have to be that way. And I don't have VI, so I can't. Should I? Wait, that's okay. Alright, so let's turn the browser back on. Boom, boom. Let's try it. Reload. And it's got the backslashes. Awesome. I have an idea of what I can do. Alright, let's turn the browser off. Sorry, there's lots of background stuff that I have to do here. Okay, so let's go back over to that window. Make it these kind of, make it like this. Control A. Okay, so we're changing the quotes. So by changing them from double quotes to single quotes do not have stuff execute inside them. So hopefully this will make it. All right, and then if we do this, we'll lose those backslashes. Yay! All right, so let's do one more thing. Oh, let me show you that actually worked. All right, so went from the backslash quote backslash exclamation backslash exclamation to just 2 exclamation marks. Alright, so let's take that back off for a second. We're going to do one thing. Might do 2 more things, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, if I click on it, it would even be better. There we go. All right, so let's make it. All right, so a single redirect there or single arrow are greater than sign. I guess it is. Means overwrite. 2 greater than signs means append. So we're gonna have append. We're gonna append a little bit of PHP code. All right, so this is gonna tell us all about our thing. So let's fire up the browser again and do a reload. And you can see, so it's got all this stuff. So this is a semi-recent version of PHP, right? It's got all kinds of cool stuff. There's PHP credits. This is the kind of cool stuff here at the bottom, right? So here it tells you the server address, right? And this is actually the server name is the IP address. I don't know why that is. This is the external IP address, in fact, right? So the remote address. Now, there's lots of reasons to talk to you about this, but not right now. Okay, and it's all kind of cool. All right, so we've now started and stopped. So we've fired up the cluster, done something. All right, so I'm going to do, all right, so now I'm still in the machine. Let me get out of the machine. This is, I'm in the container. So let me get out of the container. Let's do kubectl get deploy. Okay, so now there's the deployment. Now if I do get deploy PHP 8, right, so you can see that deployment. Let's do a get namespace. Okay, so here's the different namespaces. By default, they're going to show us the default namespace, which is where we're looking in. If we do get namespace, jeez, scared the crap out of me there. Get namespace cube public, right? Or if we do something like get pods dash namespace equals cube public. Right, so then there's no pods in cube public, cube system. Right, so you can see there's actually a bunch of pods in there, right? So that's kind of cool. How about code release? All right, there's nothing. And last but not least, if we do default, which is of course where we're running, right? That's kind of cool. You can see, and you can see that the external DNS is actually shorter than our DNS. Cool. All right, so what can we do? I think we're done for this right now. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do D. Hang on just 1 second. I'm going to. Oh, interesting. Give me 1 sec. So I'm issuing a Terraform command, and I'll go through a little bit more of these Terraform commands in a future session. But right now, just want to start them right here. Okay, so let's get this guy out of the way. You can kind of see here. I'll back over there. So what Terraform does is it has this sort of internal idea of what things are doing, right? And what it does is it compares that to the actual state. So here, what it's doing is figuring out what it's created and what the current value is. So if I go no here, it would just leave everything running. I go yes. Now, one thing I did do was I went through and I created some roles in the cloud, in AWS in this case, to sort of manage how things were created and destroyed, right? So my default one, it wouldn't let me do stuff, right? It worked, but there was like some stuff that it would not either create or destroy. So it was kind of, in a sense, it was cool. It was mostly it was the S3 stuff around, because to get everything to get the to get the nodes working correctly, I needed to get all the instance stuff working. But the S3 stuff, it took me a little bit longer to sort of figure all that out and give it all the proper permissions. Okay, and that's it. So it was pretty cool. So the thing was, like, I could add nodes and stuff like that, and it would stop, and it would destroy all of the EC2 instances, but it left the S3 stuff. So there isn't a lot of stuff that it puts in there, but it puts enough to be able to create some of the pieces. So it was actually really cool. All right, so let me fire this guy back up for a second. And so if we go reload here, you'll see it's just going to tie back out because we've now vaporized the node. So we'll take a couple moments to time out, though it seems it's pretty cool. You can see, like, just before it actually disappears here at some point, all the different pieces that are inside. So there's curl date. I think it's got an MySQL. Yeah, it's got MySQL, SSO. SOAP, SQLite. So you can do all that kind of stuff. Cool. And then these PHP values at the bottom, this is the stuff that everybody is usually interested in. Like a real application will be wanting to know this stuff. It's just gonna so the problem is that there's nobody listening at this IP, so I think it's just gonna take a long time. I'm not gonna keep you on for too long. So I should have, while everything was quiet, I should have gone through and explained what everything was. But my oh, there it is. Okay, now it's timed out. Okay, so we can shut that browser window down for a second. So what we've done here is I've used Terraform to create the resources to fire up an entire Kubernetes cluster. It's only a one node cluster. This cluster, actually, I've set it to be one node. You can actually increase. We could sit there. Maybe we'll do this next time. You can put 2 or 3 nodes in there. It's actually fairly simple. And boom, and you're good to go. I don't remember how much it cost. I'm not going to show you the thing, but actually I can be able to see just quickly. Well, it's not quickly. I mean, nothing works quickly here in AWS. Oh, here it is. I still even have it open. Hang on. So, where is it? So, I got distracted actually the last time I fired this up, and I left it running for 6 hours, which is like a quarter of a day. And the one node cluster cost me 4 cents, right? So if you extrapolate that, so that would be there's about 4 hours. 4 hours. There's 4 hours in a day. The things you learn. There's 4 6-hour sessions. So you'd have to multiply it by 4. 4 times 4 is 16 cents. So it'll be about 16 cents a day. It's a little bit more because you have to also account for the storage, which is in there, right? So, but at 16 cents a day, it's not too bad, right? That's I'm thinking about that. It's $2 or $3 a month, right? So it's affordable if you wanted to run a Kubernetes cluster. It's affordable. So far, the Kubernetes cluster that I'm using here, the Kubernetes version is a little bit long in the tooth, but maybe that's something we'll work on, kind of modernizing as we go through this process. All right, so I just wanted to make sure that my base Kubernetes actually worked, and it does. So now I'm going to sit there and look at firing up new Kubernetes things as we go forward. Okay, thanks for stopping in and watching if you do, and I will see you next time.